Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you this Hubbell 250 watt high pressure sodium floodlight. Now this particular floodlight I picked up quite a long time ago with a couple of other Hubbell floodlights that are the same wattage and type of lamp, but were different generations. So this and another one just like it, exactly the same housing, were both, the same thing, and then two of them that were the very new generation, which has a different case design, and those will be in a separate video. Now those other fixtures, actually I think I have a video of on my channel. They're just Hubbell 400 watt metal halide floods right now at the moment, but they used to be 250 watt high pressure sodium. Now the reason I decided to convert them over is I wanted to keep the ballasts for other projects, and it would be interesting just to have some metal halide floodlights of that higher wattage in a smaller, size flood. So the other one that I have that's just like this fixture, I converted to 175 watt mercury vapor, and I think I have a video of that on my channel as well, but I don't think I ever did a video of that fixture in its original configuration, which is this right here. So, as I said at the beginning of the video, this is 250 watts, high pressure sodium. As you can tell by the bulb in there, it's an alto bulb. You can see by the green dimple. First off, we can see the Hubbell name right here. And at the top, of course, we just have some caution information to obviously disconnect the fixture if you're going to service it. Now this is actually one of my most favorite floodlights because of how much light it puts out in its small size. It's very small for what it is, and has a very high-powered light. I suppose this could also come in a 400 watt version as well. I don't see why it wouldn't be able to work in the same fixture design. Now obviously this has some paint falling off and corrosion, but that's only on the surface on the outside. The inside of this thing is pristine. It's in fantastic condition. Of course, we have our mounting, arm here, and I just have a cord going in through the little grommet here. And this is a little drip hole, so if water gets into this area, the water has a way of seeping out so that it stays dry inside of the fixture. Now this big box area down here on the floodlight, this whole thing, is basically just an electrical box. There's just wire connections inside, nothing too spectacular. The ballast is not in this box. It's in the back of the fixture down here, and we'll take a look at that. This is the fixture that has dual ballasts in it, and I can't remember how they were set up, but there's two separate ballasts in this fixture. Very unique, so again, we'll take a look at that. But what I was going to do is try to flip this around so we can take a look at the sticker here. And we can see a lot of it is obviously gone, but Hubbell lighting, you can kind of see the catalog there. You can see the amps. This is obviously a multi-tap fixture, 120, 208, 240, and 277. High pressure sodium, 250 watt. But that's the only sticker on this thing. So let me put the camera back on here. And I suppose there's nothing on the top, but as you can see, we have latches, just like a NEMA head would have for its refractor. You just pull them up, and the cover pops off, or pops open. And we'll put it like this so you can see, opens right up. Now the glass can easily be taken out by removing these little metal things here that hold it in place. Not a problem. You can also take the glass off of its hinge by removing these pins, but that's kind of a pain to do, so that won't happen. So I am going to move the camera here a bit so we can get a better look inside of the fixture while I take it apart. So obviously we have the bulb here. This is a Philips alto bulb. I can't remember what bulb was originally in it, but it was cycling. So this is the replacement bulb that I found in another fixture. This might have came out of one of the other floodlights that I converted. There you can see Philips 250 watt alto with the green dimple on top. And the Philips bulbs always had this little ridge here. That was just their design, I guess. Set that aside. We do have a little bit of lines here for obviously reflection in different directions to help, flood it out. So to get to the inside of the fixture, you need to remove these 4 screws on each corner. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. So I have removed the 4 screws, and I also removed the screws here that go to the socket. And that has to be done because the reflector will not clear the socket if we push it over all the way, so it also has to be unscrewed. Anyway, now that we have the screws out, we can now take the reflector out. And I do warn you, it may make some loud noises of the metal scraping, so prepare yourself for that. That wasn't too bad. So, take this out. The socket is stuck in there. The socket, just sits right there. But there's our reflector, just some thin metal. And here we have the ballasts themselves. Now, I think I previously mentioned in the other clip, this thing has 2 ballasts, as you can see. Let's move this out of the way. One of them, let's zoom in more so I can see it, is multi-tap. As you can see, it's 120, 208, 240, and 277. And then we have this one, which is for 208 only. Interesting. So why are there 2 of these in this fixture? I don't know. But I can tell you this. The one that I converted to 175 watt mercury vapor, I believe also had 2 ballasts in it. Maybe not. I think if I can't remember. The other ballast in that fixture wasn't good, so I had to get rid of it. I think it was a replacement ballast, and it didn't have these 2 ballasts in it now that I remember. But it had the brackets like you see this one is here, suggesting that at one time it probably did have 2 ballasts. But I find this very strange. I don't remember if these are wired together somehow, or if this one is just here for weight, because obviously right now I have this wired for 120 volts, so we're using this ballast right here. But I don't remember if this one actually does anything. So, you can see in the diagram here for wiring, I'm not going to look too closely at it, but I just wanted to show it to you. Obviously down here we only have the ballasts, so in the other compartment, that big part right there also has the igniter and the capacitor. Now I know I previously said that it's only for the electrical wiring, but I guess the capacitor and the igniter are in there as well. I thought they were down here, but I am wrong. Other versions had it inside, I think. So that is the inside of this fixture. Now I am going to put the assembly, all this back together, and then we'll take a look inside there. Okay, so as soon as I open the cover up to this compartment, we have a wiring diagram here. So I guess that solves that question. Now you can know how these 2 ballasts work together. So that was nice that this is still inside of the fixture, because as I remember the other one didn't have this picture anymore. So that's real handy. Very nice. Inside, though, we can find our capacitor, of course the wires that came in, and our igniter. This is an old igniter. You can see how big it is. It's a very big igniter. But that is what is inside of this compartment. Not much. You can see there's a bunch of dirt and stuff, and that's all from the little vent here. It keeps falling out all the time, but it doesn't hurt anything. So yeah, I'm really glad that schematic was there for us to look at. So I'm going to put this back together now, and we'll turn it on. Okay, so I got the thing put back together. So let's go ahead and turn it on in 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can focus it a little more on the arc tube there. Very nice. So let's go ahead and let it warm up. Okay, so we're at full brightness now, and obviously it being a 250 watt high pressure sodium bulb, it is very bright. So let's go ahead and focus outside of the image here to brighten it up so you can really see how bright this thing really is. It doesn't want to focus on much outside of the picture, but yeah, it is that bright, pretty much. Lights up everything in this room. I mean, it is a very bright fixture, no doubt about that. It is pretty quiet. You can still hear a hum from it, but as you saw, it is in very good condition on the inside. It has all of its original parts, the original ballasts, the original igniter, the original capacitor even. It's all original. Obviously the only problem with the fixture is a little bit of oxidation on the outside, but other than that, it's in great condition. Anyway, I really do hope you enjoyed this video of this Hubbell 250 watt high pressure sodium floodlight, and we'll zoom in on here so when I unplug it you can see a little cool down. There we go. Very nice. Look at how hot that thing gets. Anyway, also please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.